going to give our next guest a call. I believe he is already waiting for a phone call, so let's get Mr. Bollinger on.
Hello?
Cody.
Hey, how you doing, boss?
Hey, what's going on? Are you ready, my friend?
Yes, sir. Good to go.
All right. Well, we are live. We are on the air with newly signed Titan FC bantamweight, Mr. Cody Bollinger. Cody, how are we doing this evening?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. First and foremost, thank you for your time tonight. First time having you on the show. So, as always, I know your guys' time are precious. So, thank you for sharing the time with us this evening.
Hey, not a problem, man. I'm just out here at the racetrack, so I need to let my car cool anyways, man.
Hey, Cody, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Rachel Blaze.
Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you, too. Thank you also for having me on.
Absolutely.
Now, Rachel, why don't you kick this one off if you have a few questions for Cody, and I'll be back with you in a second.
Oh, wow. Y'all put me on the spot. See, that's not right. But okay. See how he does me? That's what good friends do.
Hey, they're all the same.
So wait a minute. You said you're at a racetrack. I did read that about you, that you like to race.
Yes, legally. Used to be a little kid and do the street stuff, but now I keep it on the track like an adult.
Nice. Yeah. What kind of car are you driving? I should say, what kind of race car are you driving?
Racing. I'm sorry?
I said, what kind of race car are you racing?
Right now I'm racing my 06 Charger RT. I was racing the Caddy, but I got to keep that as a daily driver, so I'm bringing the Charger out tonight.
Oh, that's my favorite. I had my Challenger last year, so Rachel Blaze was putting the foot to the metal, let me tell you, on the highway, but no way, shape, or form am I a professional racer at all. So,
hey, I'm too.
How long have you been doing that for?
On the tracks for about a year now. I've always kind of been into cars, though. It's kind of my second passion. Keeps me sane while I'm not fighting.
That's nice. And so you have a family, and obviously a lot of fans like to know, how in the world do these fighters balance their family and their outside things that they like to do on top of their training and their fight schedule? How does that all work for you? And obviously your family would have to be pretty much in cahoots with you, supporting you along the way.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have a wife that supports me in everything that I do, as far as hobbies and my career. So balancing it all out, honestly, I just include them in everything. If I leave to go on a training camp in New Mexico, I bring my wife and kid out to Cowboys Ranch, and he's cool with it. And, we just kind of keep it a family deal and stick together through everything. My kid loves fighting. She just turned 3, and she loves watching me fight. She loves going to the racetrack, too, so it all works out really well, thankfully.
And obviously, people have to understand, special people are brought into a fighter's life that completely understands the schedule. There are some people out there who cannot handle the schedule. I've interviewed plenty of girlfriends that are like, oh, I can't do this anymore. It's very special what you have. Your wife is absolutely beautiful. Your daughter is just adorable. And, they must have such a huge role model in looking to you and what you're doing. It's got to be such an amazing feeling.
Yeah, it really is. And thank you for the compliments, by the way.
Sure.
Honestly, when I was single, before I met my wife, I wasn't really on the right track mentally. I was young, doing the college thing, never partied in high school or anything, so I was going a little crazy in college, and she kind of mellowed me out when I met her, you know, and kind of kept my head straight. And honestly, if I hadn't have met her, you know, I don't think I'd be at the point I'm at in my career as far as MMA. And you know, so I'm really thankful for that.
And that's absolutely beautiful to hear that. What do you have coming up next? I was not able to get all the information I wanted in enough time. I pretty much am guest hosting with Steve tonight, so I would love to know what you're doing next.
Right now I'm just training. I'm supposed to be fighting March 20th. The possible opponent, the guy that they've named, is Kurt Holloway. I don't know if I said his last name right. But if he's not injured, then I'll be fighting him March 20th out in Alabama with Titan. If he is still injured, then maybe Desmond Green or, you know, somebody tough. But I'm fighting him March 20th, definitely.
Awesome. Definitely.
I'm going to have to confirm what Cody just said, because Kurt Holloway had posted about 5 hours ago, fighting Coley Bollinger isn't official yet, but in the works for Titan FC 33 in Mobile, Alabama, Aerofest 2015 live on CBS Sports Network. So apparently Cody must be waiting for a fax to come through today.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on him to give the okay, you know, and take the fight. So if he takes it, it's on. If not, then you know, we'll find somebody else.
Can I ask you this, Cody? I'm sorry, Steve, I got to ask this question.
Anything.
What do you think about the current lawsuit that's going on with UFC? How do you think that's going to impact the future of UFC?
I haven't read the full thing. I try and keep my nose out of stuff that I'm not a professional in, you know, and I'm no lawyer by any means. I think that, you know, a lot of good and bad will come from this. I think a lot of things will be exposed about MMA that the casual fan doesn't know. But
yes.
And I think the numbers that come out from the UFC are going to piss a lot of fighters off. But, you know, it's something that was bound to happen. Maybe something good will come up out of this, or maybe, you know, those fighters will just get a settlement. But, you know, I'm not in the UFC, so it's not my concern yet. But, you know, it's life. This stuff happens.
Now, obviously, this will spread pretty much awareness for fighters like yourself who are not involved with UFC yet, but will potentially become involved with UFC. Obviously, your eyes will be wide open when it comes to contracts and different things that are happening within UFC.
Yeah, definitely. It'll help, you know, negotiating contracts, that's for sure.
And what do you think about these Reebok uniforms? I'm sorry, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I saw the prices, you know, and no matter what something looks like, I'm not paying $100 for a shirt unless it's Armani. So unless it's free, you know, I don't think I'll be taking part of it. But, you know, once I'm in the UFC, it's fine by me. Cut me my check, you know, I don't have to chase down sponsors anymore, so that works.
Mhm. Yeah, and I've interviewed a few fighters at Midwest Fight Training Center here in Schaumburg, Illinois, and a lot of the fighters now are excited because UFC hasn't locked down these sponsors. Now these sponsors have opportunities to reach out to other fighters who are just as good. They just don't have the big name. So a lot of fighters are really talking about it, and they're super excited. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great chance for other promotions to really pick up some good sponsors, you know, that aren't going to be in the UFC anymore. So that's good for every fighter outside of the UFC, you know, if they come your way and to your promotion. So I'm definitely excited and looking forward to see who comes to Titan. But, you know, obviously anybody who signs with Titan, it's not their plan to stay there forever. You know, me and Jeff and Scott Cupperth, we all have an agreement. You know, we're gonna win me some fights, and that sounded really southern there. I'm going to win some fights and, you know, hopefully get to the UFC as soon as possible. But, you know, for the meantime, while I'm there, it's going to be a great thing. And, you know, sponsor checks are going to look a little bigger, I hope.
And that's what I definitely advocate for.
We all know when it comes to being a fighter, Cody, that it's a team process. You might be the one taking the punches and kicks and all, but if without your team, you wouldn't even been able to make it there. Let's be honest. You know, a fighter needs a team around them, not just at home, but in his gym life and his daily life. So when you say we people who are around the sport, we get what you're saying. I get some fans always don't get the whole team mentality, but in order to be a top level fighter, you need to have the best team at your access, at your disposal to help you with whatever you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Go ahead, Rachel.
Wait, I'm back in the shot again.
You want me to jump back in here?
Yeah, go ahead. I've asked a few. I'm looking up a few things, so give me a couple minutes to come up with some good questions.
Well, Cody, obviously, you're going to be making your promotional debut here. Looks like it might be Kirk Hollabaugh, or whoever is the guy is across the cage when the door closes. What are you going to be doing differently, to kind of, forget about everything that's happened the last few years and show the other promotions, fighters, fans that you're somebody who's going to be making a run, and that we should be seeing your name in some of these the big promotion, obviously, to come here in the future. A lot of people have had obviously you have your haters out there who like to run their mouths when anytime
something
Steve,
bad
happens.
Who doesn't have haters? Come on now. Who doesn't have haters?
We all have haters, but with fighters, it's almost like they're the haters that attack them. It's like they're attacking their whole way of life. It's like it's a fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We understand you're a fan and you're passionate of it, but I mean, I've seen people like it's the worst thing ever in history that Cody did this or Cody did that. It's the bashing I've seen on this man on social media is just is out of control. I mean, it's not like Jones type level, but it's not like
Jones is really getting it hard right now.
He beat someone's wife, or he got caught doing this. He just the only thing you can say is that he had trouble making weight a few times. People, if you don't go through the daily processes, you don't know what it's like. Sometimes your body's just saying, guess what? We know you can make it down here, but we're not going there today. Today's not the day that's going to happen. You cannot produce sweat.
Right.
You can't sweat. You can't lose weight. That's the end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if Cody could go back and make things differently, he would have made weight the few times that everyone almost holds him to a stake to about. Now, your haters, your doubters, and obviously now that your motivators, what are you going to have to say to them in 2015?
I mean, as far as changes, man, and before that, the people that do talk crap and like to, try and upset me, it really doesn't bother me that much. I mean, every now and then you'll see me get into a heated argument with another fighter or something online, but it really doesn't bother me as much as, people would think it does. I'm still making great money. I get to do what I love, and I get to support my family with it, so it's not really an issue. As far as changes, though, I mean, the only change I'm making this year is going up to my real weight class. Making 35s it's possible, but I swear every time I made it, man, I took 5 years off my life. It was bad, and there's a lot of things behind the scenes that I don't share, as far as the weight cutting, because it all just sounds like excuses, and if another fighter was in my position saying the things that I want to say, I would look at it as an excuse too. So I just kind of, let everybody talk. Like you said, they don't know what's really going on. And that's that. So as far as changes, man, I'm going up to 145. I'm not going to have a problem making weight there. It's still going to be a tough cut, but nothing like 35. So I'm ready to make a good statement this year, at my real weight class finally.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going up in weight. As you said, it's still going to be a tough cut. Are you going to do anything to kind of bulk up? I mean, you're still probably going to be a large featherweight compared to most of the guys in that division, but we've seen fighters, Jessica Ai go from 25 to 35, and it took her almost a full year to really become a true bantamweight. Are you going to have anything like that where you're going to go through a strength and conditioning